In this example, we're going to look at the graphical representation of a function to answer a series of questions about it. To start, we want to look at what's given right here. We have the graph of y equals f of x. So this relationship is going to be key in identifying if we're given an input or an output for the function. For the first one, we have f of 0. So we can see with f of 0 that x equals 0 is given. So we'll look for the y value when x is 0. So we come to the graph, we'll see where x is 0, and we can see that the graph goes through 0, -6. So that means that f of 0 is equal to -6. Similarly, when we're looking at f of -2, we'll go to where x is -2, and we'll come down on the graph, and we'll see that the y value there is -5. So f of -2 is then equal to -5. The next question asks us to evaluate f at 4. This is similar language as f of 4. It's just writing it verbally. So what we're being asked to do here is find the value of the function at 4. This word at is a critical word to identify that we're being asked to look at an input of 4. So we're going to go over to where x is 4, and we'll see that the graph passes through 4, -1. So that means that f of 4 is going to equal -1. The next question we're looking at is asking us if f of -3 is positive or negative. Now what we have here is a function value. So we're being asked if the function value is either positive or negative. And there's two ways to approach this. The first is to approximate f of -3 and look at that value and determine if it's positive or negative. But a quicker way would be to look at whether or not the graph is above or below that x-axis. If it's below the x-axis, that means the function value is negative. If it's above the x-axis, that's going to mean that the function value is positive. So we'll go over to where x is -3, and we'll see there that it is below the x-axis. If we approximated it, it'd be about -4.5. So what that tells us then is that f of -3 is negative. All right, in the next question, we're asked something a little bit different. Here, we're asked for what values of x is f of x equal to 0. Now, it's crucial here to notice that x is what we don't know, and we're told that f of x is equal to 0. So what we're going to look at there is when the y values are 0. So if we come over to our graph, we'll see that the y value is 0 here and here, and that's at -9 and then at 7. So for what values of x is f of x equal to 0? The answer to that question would be when x is -9 or when x is 7. Now, if we were to state a solution set to the equation f of x equals 0, we would say then that our two solutions are -9 and 7, so we'd write the set containing -9 and 7. Now the zeros of f, this is just a different vocabulary use. The zeros of a function are the values of x for which the function value is 0. So as we're looking here, those numbers are -9 and 7. Very similar to the question above, just using slightly different vocabulary. And lastly, we're asked what the horizontal intercepts are. Now again, this is going to be where the y values are 0. Horizontal intercepts we're going to list as coordinates though. So we see the point -9, 0, and we see the point 7, 0. Those are our horizontal intercepts.